Welcome. Today we're going to look at how to create our project in CodeBlocks. So the very first time we open up CodeBlocks on our school laptops, there's some security features that our school computers have. So there are limitations on what we can and cannot do with a school laptop when it comes to running application files. So the way CodeBlocks works, and most programming languages work, is you'll type up some code, the computer will try to run it. When the computer tries to run code using this software, it's opening a brand new application file that it just created and then wants to launch. So of course we have web filtering as well as laptop filtering software that blocks these things, because that's just like how possibly a virus or a Trojan horse would operate. So there's a certain location I have to show you in your school laptop where we are allowed to go ahead and put this work in this folder so it will open appropriately. So that's first and foremost. That's a major step in the process. But once we set it this first time, we don't have to set it again for the rest of the year. Okay. The second thing is just working through the steps, because CodeBlocks allows us to do different avenues and different window types for C++ and in C, and working with our Windows machines. We want to make sure we select the same set. We're just going to work with a simple console input-output. We aren't going to be doing graphical user interface. For those students that are learning C++ and are not using a school laptop, you would be working on a Windows or maybe a Mac on your own, and that would be a whole different set of graphical user interface commands, and we're not going to vary that per type of machine that people are bringing to the class. So we're keeping it a simple console input output. So even if you're working on a different operating system, all the basic parts of the coding are going to be the same. All right, so let's get started with the steps. So first thing I'd like you to do is to go ahead and launch the CodeBlocks software that you already have downloaded from the school network. All right, if you have not done that at this point, please pause the video, go back to module 1A and complete that task. Okay, so in here, once CodeBlocks opens up, there's a few options. Now I've opened it over the years a few times, so I have recent files. Maybe you do too, because you were dabbling and playing with it and you've got it successful, or maybe not so successful that it doesn't work. But let's take a look through here. So whenever we create a new project, which is what we're going to be doing here, we're going to go click the link, create a new project. So when we click that link, it's going to, first of all, give us the option, what type of project do you want? Again, we're keeping it in the intro course to just console input output. So in the first row, you see console application. All right, you can double click it or just single click it, hit go. Either way, it'll work. Okay. Once it goes here, you're going to pick the language that's been installed on your machine. Both C and C++ are installed. We're using for the cyber course the C++. If you're in a semester course, your teacher will have prompted you either for C or C++ at this time. Okay, so we're just going to go into the C++. That's the only difference between the two, but you'll get the same window no matter which avenue you go down. Now here, this is where we need to pick that folder where we're allowed to launch. So take a look. I've already set mine up for the year, so you can take a look at my address. You'll notice it's directly on the C drive. All right, it's directly on the C drive. So for those of you that don't know what you're doing at this point, pause, get an assistant, all right, and find somebody, a family member or big brother, or email me, and we'll set up a time so we can go through this. But you can see the steps I'm going to do here in the video. But if you're not familiar with some of this, you might need just somebody helping you over your shoulder. All right, so the folder we want to create the project in, you'll notice the name of the folder is Comp Sci, then your last name, and then the school year. All right. That way, in case the computer needs to go in for servicing, they can find the folder that you're in and they can save it. This will not be backed up onto any kind of network drive during the course of the year. So if they have to go in and do any work on your hard drive, they can access this file, save the contents before it gets lost permanently. All right. And the second piece of this puzzle is that it's directly on the C level, which is very rare that we do anything there, but that is the place that we are allowed as the Intro to Computer Science students. That's where they have allowed us a permission to launch applications from out of this folder. Okay, so here's how you get there. So if you go over here to the three dots, this will allow us to pick a directory. All right, so if we click the three dots, it takes you to a very old system style. Take a look. You see your name at the top. Do not open that. Notice it is closed. All right. What is open is the very next thing, says this PC. I have downloaded, menued that, and then into there you can see there's a C drive part that I've also opened. Okay, so you can see that's how it would normally look. Then you can see that it's open. You can see everything that's listed in the C drive. Okay, now on this computer's C drive, once that's highlighted, you will need to do this step. I have already done this, but I'll walk you through it. You need to click Make New Folder at this point. It will pop up whatever the next new folder name is. You can see I've done this a couple times. All right. And while it's highlighted, hopefully you didn't do any other clicking. You didn't do any typing. Well, now you're going to do some typing. You're going to type in the words comp sci, your last name, and then 2020, 21 if you're for that school year. If you're watching this video in sequential years after this, subsequent years, sorry, then put the correct year in there for the school year. All right. So I'll put in here school year. All right. When you're done, on the keyboard, do not click, do not do anything. You have to hit enter. All right. And it will jump that folder alphabetically into the list, and we'll have it now selected. If you decide to click somewhere, congratulations, you got to start over. Okay. You hit enter, I hope, like I told you to. All right. So select the folder you want. All right. You can see I already have a few things in there that I was playing with another class or another section. All right. Yours will be empty, so you won't have a drop-down menu there like that one. It's empty. It doesn't have a menu to open. All right. But I want that one selected. Once that is highlighted, which it should automatically be highlighted when you hit enter, it should still be highlighted. That's when you see it listed here, and you would just click OK. And it should come into the list with the appropriate title. I'll pause here. Okay. Now at this point, you want to give your project a name. All right. So at this state of the game, we'll probably just say welcome, hello world. I don't like my projects to have spaces in them. It's part of my naming process that I do. You might put a space for a project title. In this language, it's not going to hurt you. In other languages, it will. We can't do that. So you'll notice the only thing you type in on this window after you've already selected the folder is the project title. Everything else is auto-filled. Computer takes care of it for us. Just click next. This has already been selected and is already installed, so you don't have to click anything, just hit finish. And you'll notice over to the left-hand side of the screen, there is the project you just created, and it should be under the tab projects. Already there. Do not click off of there because it just becomes a mess. Some people like to click files. Don't go there. All right. Go to, you can see in the sources, there is what we call a main.cpp. That is your main functioning program. If you double click that, it already has a working component project in there. So we can go to the top and we can just build and run by clicking the gear play button combination, and it will actually then now launch. If you do not get this black screen to launch, all right, but get an error down here saying cannot launch or failure to launch, then that means you put the folder in the wrong spot. It's not in the correct access of the C drive that we followed through. So you'll need to delete this project folder that you did, delete the whole folder, and start this video again and follow the steps correctly. All right. You should get this application to automatically pop up every time. Okay. So when this does open up, you'll notice it prints out hello world. This will be in here every project we create. So you can real quick test it to make sure you've launched it. Okay. But you get the idea that once you set that folder once, you don't need to reset it again. So it says press any key to continue. So I go in there and I press any key to continue. It clears that window out. That's good because the only way to run the project again is to have that window closed. So that's a little piece of CodeBlocks information. You can only have one console open. The computer will only allow you to have one terminal console window open at a time. That is a safeguard it has, so it doesn't think you're multiplying viruses and doing crazy stuff. Okay, so at this point, you have your Hello World project, all right, ready to go. What I'm going to ask you to do is, in the following assignment in Schoology, there is an assignment that I'd like you to go in here and change this project file that you see here on the screen to a certain other program that then you will then run subsequently. Okay, good luck. Any questions, feel free to pop them in the discussion board so other students can help, and then I can also reply if you need. Okay, have a great day coding.